Testing? Okay. We should be live now. Yeah, we had a little bit of an interruption there at the beginning. Mainly because system restarted, so all the audio settings are just completely fucked. I have switched over to Fist of the Heavens, see how it works out for us. We're currently on Players 1 just because I'm going to test it out on that. We'll probably up the player count because we are currently level 69. Nice. And I am going to be relying on the Mercenary for meditation for now. Why? Because I can. And we are going to be walking. I keep forgetting. And yeah, that's going to work out fairly decent. We could probably go up with a few player counts. There is a bit of a casting delay on this, of course, so we can't just, like, spam it incessantly, but do we really need to spam it more whenever we're one-shotting stuff with the little holy bolts from it? And the casting is not terrible. We'll spam it like that whenever we don't have anything we can target, but other than that, we should be fine. I'm going to go ahead and adjust my settings real quick. But yeah, this should be pretty easy to proceed through with, considering how much damage we do. So let's go ahead and let's bump it up to players 8. See how that kind of works out. If we can get players 8 with this, we're not going to be hurting that much. The thing is, I don't know if this is going to be enough damage to really do players 8. Got something with might over there. Figure out what it is in just a moment. And yeah, players 8, we're actually doing okay against the weaker imps. You can notice that they are taking more than one hit, but it's not a problem. Could go Conviction to work with the Fist of the Heavens, but that's not going to really do too much for us, believe it or not. Because we're usually not going to be close enough for Conviction to really do too much. That is actually one of the traps that you can fall into in vanilla. Is you'll go Fist of the Heavens, you'll be like, oh, I want to bump up my lightning damage. This is not reliable lightning damage. It's not that way in vanilla, it's not that way in this. It's mainly just that one target in the center is going to get killed by our mercenary and a little bit of lightning damage. The rest of it is going to be the holy bolts doing thousands of damage. That's actually a really good target for it because the catapult will stick around quite a while and then we'll just get holy bolts. And it seems like it is going to just cast towards us as well. It's a little bit of an odd one. I don't remember it doing that normally. Lovely. But anyway, today I'm going to try and keep the commentary up to date, but I am a little bit on the B tier right now. So it'll be more of a chill day than usual. Not going to go over the top. Need to check if that's loud enough. I have been having problems with my ear. But it should be fine. I had like a blockage and I put some stuff in it. Now it's like itching, which sucks. I know I should go get that checked, but it's expensive. That is the state of the US right now. Let's go ahead and go with... Do I want more Holy Shield? I think we'll hold off on it for a little bit. I really do think I'm going to actually go down to meditation just to have it as a backup in case our mercenary dies. I'm going to do this. Audio. We're going to push that up to 5. It's going to be a little louder for you guys, but give me a little bit more of a clear indicator whenever things are around us and stuff. Speaking of which. That's what it is. Shit. It seems my volume rocker for my headset is going, is what the thing is. Okay, I was like, it's like oddly quiet, but no. I just wiggled it and it's back to full volume. And no, we cannot be frozen because I actually have the set armor. That's Here, I'll show you guys what I changed. Winter's Embrace is one of the things we got. I don't have the Baptism by Fire equipped. It's a mace. I think Spirit is better. But if we get the other part of the set, I will probably equip it just to see what the full set bonus is. We still have Piety. We have Grim Talisman, Big Bees. We switched over to Holy Ring of Aminator for stats, since Leech isn't going to help us in this build. Seraphim is plus skills, and we still have those. I should probably get some caster gloves. Sometimes you can't be arsed. You can see just how effective Holy Bolt is whenever it damages everything. It would damage these guys anyway because they're demons. That is a change that is in vanilla. It damages demons and undead. Whereas it used to only just be undead, which made it significantly less useful because most enemies are demons or beasts. There's only a few areas that are fairly heavily undead. Yeah, for the rest of this, we're just going to be chilling. Trying to think what else we'd actually want to do build-wise. I do want to test the rabies build that Daladon was talking about trying. I do want to see how far we could get with that. We got pretty far with Holy Fire, funnily enough. So I'm not terribly bothered by trying out other odd stuff. Rabies is mediocre in vanilla, but it is still kind of fun to mess around with. So it is one of those things that's kind of like, okay, we can build around it. I know how to make rabies builds, so I just don't do them very often. I usually do caster druids. But we can do melee and stuff in normal. And ooh, that's a new one. That is Twilight of Evil, Legacy and Blood. We don't have Legacy and Blood equipped. I think that is one of the rings that we have. Please don't die, mercenary. Oh, it doesn't heal anymore, does it? Nope, it doesn't. I did not notice that on the little tooltip there. It's an ethereal military pick. I don't know if it's just naturally ethereal. It might be one of the new uniques, or if it's going to be a oddity. We just happen to get an ethereal piece of nonsense. And yes, I am having to do the whole shift-click strategy just so I have it just go off against the nearest one. Otherwise, you'll see me running around like a complete idiot while trying to do some of this stuff. And yes, we can actually do a little bit off. Ooh, yes, please. Do a little bit off-screen with this by clicking near the edge. And I'll get rid of some of the trash. The lock-on range of Fist of the Heavens is not terrible. But at least the build is actually useful in vanilla now. For a long time, it was probably one of the worst high-level skills in the game, just because it was so limited on its functionality. Grab the Ort. Yeah, we'll know we've hit something whenever we get the, like, cooldown. And yes, I don't think I'm going to bother doing Blessed Hammer. We'll probably try it out, or I'll try it out off camera for the first impressions, just because, A, it's kind of fun that way. But I think for the most part, we're not going to worry about it on here because we already know that it's going to be good. It's freaking Blessed Hammer. Everybody already knows about Blessed Hammer. No. We don't do bots here. The only bot allowed is my own. I'll delete that after I kill Shank's lieutenant here. Okay, we got a large charm off of that. And let's go ahead and where is that button? Port. And there you go. And that... you get rid of the message. I have actually shifted over to starting doing like full-on reports each time there's a bot that bypasses. Yes, I'm going to have to work on setting up a filter for some of those. Some of them are kind of hard to get through because they're just using very common phrases or phrases that are not reasonably blocked, but their entire goal is to get you onto a third-party platform. In this case, usually it's Discord or Telegram. Never do anything with Telegram, so it doesn't really annoy me as much there. But yeah, it's one of those things where they're just trying to get you onto that other platform so that they can exploit some vulnerability on that platform or get you to click a link on there or anything like that. Am I a security expert? No. Am I at least semi-cautious about this stuff? Yes, you kind of have to be. And this is actually, we could do. Let's go to F. To at least kill him faster. Since we don't have the heal from the Holy Bolts, there's no reason to be just doing the AoE right now, anyway. Ta-da! Bye, Shank. Let's go ahead and get some HP potions while he is killing off everything around here.
Is free of your kind.
Guess we are grabbing HP 4s as well. That sucks. Yes, I'll take you, and I'm gonna check on. Don't care about that. What? Why do I keep picking up just trash? That's not trash. These need to be identified. There we go. I keep forgetting to do the no pickup thing. I will probably do that whenever we get, because on Players 8 you kind of need it. Oh, and for those of you wondering, no, Twitch is not the only one that ever gets bots. YouTube is a little better about filtering them out, but they're still 100% there. I have seen them on friend streams. Is not what I wanted to do. We want that. She is killing something. I don't know. Oh, it's another one of the lieutenants. Hi, guy. And no, we're not going to run out of mana. As long as our mercenary's alive, there's pretty much no way for us to run out of mana. Although it feels like we might have actually wanted to stick on melee a bit longer, maybe swapped up to Holy Shock instead of Holy Fire, but we can do that. We can actually go in here with Holy Shock. It's a little bit of a different endeavor to go with, but it's not bad. We would want to go ahead and make ourselves a... Now let's go ahead and go to this. We would want to make ourselves a... whatchamacallit? Crescent Moon. Instead of using the kind of crappy thing that we're using before, which was the Blood Moon, I believe is what it was called. A little bit of a question mark there. I'd have to go back to town and check. Okay. But yeah, it was Blood Moon, yeah. That's for fire. If we do a Crescent Moon, we'll probably do one in a Phase Blade as well, so I'll need to keep an eye out for that. This is still really good armor if you're doing melee. I really like those. Ion Storms, pretty solid. Go ahead and go for life and auras. You know what? I am feeling melee, so we're gonna go ahead and swap back. I know that's kind of... Oh, we have a 4-socket shield now. Ooh, we might be able to do something with that. Okay, and Kane is just right here. I always forget that they've moved him. So we've got those, but a 4-socket shield. Oh, Zen Killer. +2 to sacrifice. Cute. That's going to be sold. Let's go ahead and stack up our runes first before we start deciding what we want to be putting in a 4-socket shield. Is that... It's enhanced. It's all resist. It's 24%. That's actually not a bad shield. Let's go with Am. I'm not entirely sure what all runes we have in terms of making good 4-socket shields, so... If we can make a Phoenix, that would probably be good for us to go back to fire. I'm not feeling caster right now is the only thing. It's like, yes, it works. It's functional. We're on Players 8 doing castery stuff. It's cool. We can mess with that. That over there, we might actually use it. Barbarian skills, faster cast rate, resist. That's actually 3% reanimate as zombie. So we actually can get reanimate on those lovely things. Go ahead and pop over here. I have the window actually open now. 4-socket, any shield, spirit, voice, fortitude, knight's vigil. Don't think we have a lem, do we? No, we do. We have lem. We don't have bear, though. That would be a no. Phoenix, we don't have vexes. Don't have any jaws. Don't have any Zod. So that's actually cutting us out of a lot. Why doesn't this list exile? Paladin item? Yeah. That's not... I don't think that's exclusive to Paladin shields. Although it might be. Yeah, actually it is. Never mind. I'm dumb. I'm being an idiot. But we don't have a Vex anyway, so it's not going to matter. If hell is... Ooh. That is not terrible, oddly enough. It doesn't give us plus skills. We'd be losing that, but we'd gain a bunch of resist from it. I think we'd actually have more resist, because this one is 67. That would be... It's 44 to 47 base with 24, so it'd be 68. So yeah, it would be more resist. And we could still upgrade it to get more resist on it still. But it had skill damage. It is if am hell, which is actually not that bad. Could do fortitude. That's more if we're doing zealot or something like that. For those of you that are curious, it is actually kind of good, but not really an ideal setup for any build. Generally, if you're going to do fortitude, you want it in your armor. So this one is if am hell. We have ums. We have ifs. Ams. And hell runes. And yes, I am being a little bit just reckless with my gems and stuff like that. It's fine. Oh, and this is called Occam's Razor. It is a new one. It cannot be repaired, though. It doesn't have auto repair, so it's just a fluke that it is ethereal. That sucks. That's going to get sold. That's going to get... I'm going to go ahead and keep that. It's faster cast rate. So if we wanted to go caster, we could do that. Hannibal's Bending Knee is not terrible. And Twilight of Evil we've already seen. This is part of a set. I'm going to be keeping at least one of every set item. For one-handed weapons, we are keeping these for it. But since we are swapping... I don't remember if I have another 3-socket phase blade. I can look. In fact, I should probably do that. Okay, so we have voice. So it boosts cold, lightning, and fire skill damage, so it's going to be an increase to it. 54% all resist. That number on the website is wrong then. Because it had 24 base. So that means it's 32 something. Because that would have been a plus 30 to it. That sucks. But it's still not the worst thing ever. It doesn't give us a plus skill, but I think overall it'll increase our damage. And it just will look cooler. Let's go ahead and load those back in. And then we go ahead and pack those. We're at 230 gems, which is more than enough. Increased attack speed is actually something we want to keep slightly separate, because that's a good one. And we have 30% enhanced weapon damage as well, and fire absorb, and requirement down. That is actually, that's a really good one. I wish it had one more mod on it, but I mean, at a 3 mod rare jewel, that's actually good, because that's perfect enhanced weapon damage and vanilla Diablo 2 at least. And that is the requirement reduction is nice for some of the like stronger weapons that might take more dex or something like that we don't need to dump into. But let's go check, since we just got the waypoint, I think. Yeah, let's go check if we have a 3-socket phase blade real quick. It's going to be in Miss 1 or Miss 2. Yes, I have not organized stuff very well.
Good day.
Just telling you that right now. 6-socket, we got 4-socket crystal. There's another crystal. Yeah, no 3-socket phase blade here. And I have a bunch of junk that I don't really need. And then we have miscellaneous 2. I don't think I do have another 3-socket, sadly. We could strip this one out and put a crescent moon in it. We got a 4-socket. I could see if there's like a good 4-socket phase blade that I would like. There's a war spike. That's exceptional, not elite. Actually, no, that is elite. That is the highest we can get. Which probably wouldn't be that terrible. It's a little bit slower, though. Got our monarchs. Let's see, is there going to be a good 4-socket phase blade for us? We want that sword. Meteor on striking. Fire skill damage, cold resist. Reduction, no, that's garbage. Envy.
Good day.
All resist, 2 experience gain. That is an odd one. It doesn't really do anything for us, though. So no, there really isn't a good 4-sock. Oh wait, there they are. They took forever to freaking load. I'll move this over so I can actually look at it. Oh, we have the stuff for the thunder. And it gives us +1 static field, which is interesting. Adds a bunch of lightning damage. There's, of course, Oath, Kingslayer, Fortitude. Phoenix is in there. We don't have the Vexes for Phoenix, otherwise we could try that. We don't have the Cams for Hand of Justice.
Good day.
We could do Voice of Reason. That would be hilarious. It's not going to be that great for us, but it would be hilarious. It would give us Cannot Be Frozen, though. That'd be nice. Bunch of cold damage. This red thing just looks so weird. Let's see. Is there a page on here that tells me there's cube recipes? Yeah, we do actually have something for pulling runes out. It's just going to cost a crap ton of money. I just don't know what it's going to actually give us. I think it does produce the runes and that. So we could just make Crescent Moon and go Holy Shock. Which I think is where we want to be with this. But how much are the rune pliers? Find who frickin' sells them. It's probably what's his face over on the right. Larzik. If I had to take a wild guess.
Afternoon.
They are 117,000. Yeah, we can afford it. It destroys the rune pliers to do this. Just in case anyone is curious. Let's go ahead and switch that to live chat because I forgot to. I think we're going to do this and hope it actually works. I just want to see if there's other good 3-socket swords besides Crescent Moon that they might have added. It doesn't look like they did, but no, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, Crescent Moon is by far the best one of the moons. So this is going to be my first time doing this. It surprisingly works. Okay. All we need to do is get a tier rune out, and we can just slap it in there for a Crescent Moon. So it is Shale tier. Did I not? Oh, yeah, I did. I just didn't put it in there. There we go. Now we have Crescent Moon. So we can go with Holy Shock. And actually have a semi-interesting... It's not interesting. A semi-fun setup. That said, what? I forget what's required for Dream. Although we could always clear out both of those. Holy Shock. That's level 2. And of course we have... Oh, there is a new one. There's a Lust Wand that gives Holy Shock. Io Jaw Pole. Yeah, we don't have Jaws. We don't have the Jaws of life. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, Jaw runes are going to still be kind of hard to come across. I think they intentionally... They might have shifted the drop things, because we haven't gotten any Jaws. We've gotten Sirs and Gulls. We've gotten literally 4 Gull runes. We've gotten 1 and 1 Sir as well. We're going to be going for a lot of those in the long run. And we are going to swap this in for that. Let's go ahead and respec. We're going to try Holy Shock. Yes, I know swapping my stuff right at the beginning of stream is, a bit nyeh. But I'm feeling melee right now, so. Okay, strength is... Yeah, we're going to need a bit for that. Okay, that should be more than enough strength. Although we are getting some from gear, I think. 55. I think 55 is the amount we need. Because that's going to be our armor. Yeah, we should be fine with that. We just get enough dex for the sword, and then we'll probably just dump the rest into life, and except for block, of course. Okay, offensive auras. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And Holy Shock is not going to be as reliable as Holy Fire. Just as a heads up, but it's going to do more damage. We could do Holy Freeze. We don't have the setup for that, though. Be very expensive to swap into it. Okay, so 1 to 560, and we come over here to defensive auras, max that out. See what that gives us. 59, 52, so whenever we have that going, we go like that. We get Holy Bolt from one of the charms I put on, by the way. It gives us attack speed and attack rating. We are going to be sitting at 200, so about 4,000 average damage. This is about the same as Holy Fire. Not great, not terrible. We do have minus enemy lightning resist there, which will help us out quite a bit. And the static field is going to be priceless. So what else do we want to do here? I'm going to go ahead and lurk on you since we got raided into something else. And yeah, we don't have the Jaws, otherwise I would make Dream. It'd be fun to actually have a proper Zealot underneath all of the Holy Shock, but until we get that Jaw rune, I can't do that. If we get 2 Jaw runes, I'll actually switch this over to, whatchamacallit. I just completely blanked. Tesladin, there we go. That's the term for it. I could remember eventually. My brain is just mediocre at best. And that is going to stay there. I need to see what upgrades we do. For cube recipes, we're looking for upgrades. Additional recipes can be found on the item upgrades page, which apparently does not exist. There it is. Items still respect their data size limits, plus all skills can't go past 7. We're looking for shield upgrades first, and then we'll do armor upgrades. Mainly because I want this to actually work. So shield upgrades, we have +2 all resist for that one. We have a +6 all resist with pole runes. Oh, that's all attributes. Runes are all resists. Orb of Effusion, Diamond, Rare Jewel, 6 all resists. I don't think I want to burn quite those resources into it, although it is kind of interesting. Infusion and Zods give you max all resist and resist all. It's kind of crazy. No, I think we'll do diamonds and magic jewels into this. This is not our end game shield. It is just one that we're going to be messing with, so diamonds and magic jewels. So let's go ahead and start plucking out of this one. We need 5, I believe. And yes, we are going for the cheap crap because we can. Maybe that should be all junk jewels. Yes, they are. There's 1 of 5 to give us a little bit more resists, and we're just going to dump them all in there. There you go. Now it's actually reasonable resists up. Nice. And we don't have to worry about gloams. I keep forgetting about that. Okay, next up is going to be probably our armor. We need to actually probably decide on something to put into armor. I think Jewels of Fervor will help us, so we'll go ahead and put 1 in there for now. I don't have another Jewel of Fervor. Otherwise, I would put it in there as well. Let's go to armor. That's boots, that's belts, that's rings, that's amulets. Where's the armor one? Body armor. There we are. Things can get kind of expensive if we go into the other ones. Could go Amrunes and Skulls with Orbs of Infusion. That would give us thorns out the wazoo on it. Could do life per kill. I'm just seeing if there's anything super interesting. You still have the diamond and pole one for it. We have, yeah, a lot of these ones that use the runes are kind of the same across body armor and shields. But we can put how many into armor? I think there's a max upgrade of 5, yes. Could do the diamond and magic jewel thing as well. That would just give us a bunch of resist there. Although I don't think we particularly need that in this specific piece of armor. I think instead we are going to go for... We're going to go the skull one. We have plenty of Amrunes, right? 18? Yeah, we can spare 5. But is it... Oh, it's... No, it's magic jewels. There's our 5 Amrunes. Pop this in and pull... I think it's skulls? Yeah, it's skulls. This is going to be some fun mercenary armor as well, by the way. Just putting that out into the world as well, because this is going to be 5 times 150 is... That's 500 right there, so 750 thorns damage. Which is not crazy amounts, but it's going to be funny. It's funny to me. That's where we're putting it. I don't care about the rest of it. There are other better mods you can put on it, but we have a second set of this armor, so it doesn't matter that much. Okay, so we need 5 jewels and 5 orbs of infusion. Okay, so 5 jewels. We're going to go for boop, 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 and boop. And now for... Seeing if this works. Attacker... it's randomized, I think. So it's 127. Okay, so that's not working. It's stuck at 127. So you can only do... that sucks. That used up a second upgrade slot for us. And it wastes... I mean, I don't care about it wasting the Amrunes. But that kind of sucks that it didn't actually stack it up. Although... It is respecting... It might just be respecting item caps. So, that sucks. What's another one we can do on it? I guess we could do just soul runes and magic jewels. How are we looking on soul runes? Not too great, but I can mess with it. We only need 3. And it doesn't use orbs of infusion or anything. It's just soul rune and magic jewel. Did that work? Okay, so damage reduced by 5. 10. I guess that's going to be what we have going on right now. I don't like that much. That felt off, that it was just... That it ate it, but I guess that's fine. Okay, so we have armor. Kind of fucked up, but that's not that bad, I guess. And then Orbs of Infusion. Can I actually multi-stack those in there? Nope. Just one at a time. The gems will multi-stack in there. The rest of them will not. I'm curious as to how they did that. Okay. Body armor we've done. Crescent Moon. Sword. So we go for weapons. One of weapons can get up to 5. Could go for like massive increased attack speed since we don't have fanaticism, but I don't remember the breakpoints off the top of my head. Just looking through the rest of these. Increased attack speed 15%, but that one's 10%. We don't have... Do we have low runes? No, we do not. Otherwise, we would have been able to make a freaking grief. We don't want to use... Yeah, a lot of these are just requiring really, really high-end stuff. Maul runes, we only have 2 of, so we can't really waste those. I could look up the breakpoint calculator. It's going to be Paladin. Nowhere form, skill, zeal. And we'll go ahead and grab Phase Blade. I don't think we really need much IAS to actually hit max on that. Fanaticism 0, burst of speed 0. So yeah, we'd need 72 to hit max frame, but generally speaking, 54 is fine. Because all you're trimming whenever you go from 54 to 72 is 1 frame off first attack. For those of you that are curious. We currently have how much IAS? I do love having this screen here. This is such a quality of life improvement over the original game. Yeah, we have 51 already, so even just like 1 bump to it would be good. Do I have any kind of like other damage types I can add to it? Not really, sadly. The weapon improvements are kind of mediocre. I think we instead go for a... Yeah, we'll just go for the Emerald Magic Jewel one. And yes, I am kidding myself up because we are doing this on players 8 up to a reasonable amount. So I need to be not super kitted, but kitted enough that there's 1 of 5. So that's going to increase it. Wait. Did that eat it as well? Tell me. Okay, no, it didn't. For some reason, I was thinking it was 30 base, but no, it's 20. We have ITD already, so we don't really need a bunch of other stuff on there. Could go for some dual leech. Although we're not doing a ton of physical damage, a little bit helps. So we could do the skull and magic jewel one. And yes, I can strip stuff out of this and make another one. So, and I'm also probably going to find several more 3-socket phase blades. They're not terribly uncommon. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and just toss that in there. I'm fine with that. A little bit of extra resist to counteract hell difficulty. Because we're currently not at a crazy amount. We're going to be positive in hell, but not overstacked. And there is no resist all on weapons, no. We've got the increased attack speed to hit our wanted breakpoint. We don't have cannot be frozen, which is the only thing that's going to bite us in the butt. Although we might be able to get that on something else. So, jewel and skull. There's our dual leech. And I could do soul runes into this just to make it more physical damage, because it does have enhanced weapon damage on the weapon. But yeah, I don't think I necessarily want to do that just yet. Okay, so let's see. You can go back in there. We're just doing all the upgrades. I need to decide on 3 more upgrades for the weapon. I'm not sure what we want to do with that. Yeah, none of the rest of these mods are quite there. I would love to have the elemental damage introduction, but it's not going to be there. And jaw runes for the crushing blow is not going to happen either. Not for a long time, at least. And then there's all the minus enemy resist ones that would be really handy, but all cost a freaking Zod rune. So those are just no-go. We're not going to mess anymore with our weapon. We can go individual resists on the rings if we want to. Rings can go up to 2 upgrades, unfortunately, so nothing too crazy. It doesn't look like... we could do runes in them, but we only have 4, so I'm not really interested in burning through those. It would be handy on this one. The Seraphim one, just as a really good alternative to Stone of Jordan for melee characters. We could get 10% resist all on it, but it takes rare jewels and runes, which is a lot to ask. So we're not going to be doing rings. What about belts? This one has a max upgrade of 3. We could do the diamond and magic jewels to give this more resists, which would bring it up to 21% resist all, which isn't bad. That would be diamonds. We could do pole runes, which I already said. Oh, no, we're not actually hurting that bad on pole runes. But it's also rare jewels for it. Do we have any good junk rare jewels? I would have to go digging through the mules, and I don't feel like doing that right now, so we're not going to mess with the belt. As far as the boots, they're made for walking, so walking's what they'll do, but they get 3 upgrades. And really, this one, I'll just throw some diamonds in. So, diamond and magic jewel. So, 2, 3. Plop those over, and we should be good to go. Unless I want to do my gloves. I don't know if gloves have any, like, really good ones. But yeah, 21%, I mean 16% all resists. Not bad on just some cheapo boots. Okay, gloves. Yeah, that's the only one I forgot to look at. Glove-wise, can magic find, life per kill, mana per kill, resists. It's basically the same as every other piece of armor. Soul runes could give us physical damage reduction. We already have that on there. We could go more. There's always room for more. I need to switch back to where I can actually see that. I could do thorns on the gloves. Not that they're particularly great now. We're just going to chill with it. I think we're fine for at least until we get to... I'd have to say probably... Nightmare? No, sorry. Hell? We're on Players 8 with Holy Shock. We don't have crazy damage, but we'll be fine. We have some skill points left to choose. We could go a little bit more ham on the damage, but I want to get Zeal and stuff up first. I want to get Holy Shield, just a little bit of points in there so I can actually get it up to probably... Speaking of that, we could just do this. I forgot I had those on swap. Do spirit. Oh, we don't have the strength for that. That's fine. We'll just throw in crap shield. So we can cast Holy Shield with Spirit instead of the other one. 2 minutes is, 2 minutes is too short. So we probably want about 4 minutes, so 240 in that swap. And then we can just go straight into Salvation. So that puts us at way better damage. Okay, there we go. So F1, F2, we have those squared away. Zeal is going to be on E, and that's going to be on F. I think we're ready. Go out there on players 8 and see if we can actually kill things with the standard self-equip Holy Shock Paladin. It's doing fine. We are still on players 8, right? Yeah, we're still on players 8. And yes, I should try to get some Cannot Be Frozen, but I can't be arsed. And I keep picking up trash. Yeah, if we roll on the high end, we're still gonna one-shot stuff in Nightmare on players 8. Whenever we get into Hell difficulty, a little bit less likely. Was there a gem in there? No. I saw the MP5 and I was like, oh, it's light blue. It's going to be a gem. No. Never going to be a gem. Speaking of which, I forgot to do this. Like that one. There we go. Now I can see what the hell's going on. And all that, I still forget the basics. I am professional streamer. Narg. Really am not. Okay, so we got a vertical map on this as well, which is a little bit uncommon. There's a gem I was looking for. You see, it's kind of a similar color. It's a little bit more teal, but still really damn close. Okay. And what do you actually have equipped? You're fine. But yeah, just chilling and going through, laterizing the nonsense. Always feels good. Please tell me it is actually... Nope. It's Irksome Edge. Ew. Requirements increased. It's basically like a really, really shit lightsaber. We just got ourselves another set ring. There are a lot of set rings in this, by the way. They went a little ham on it. Do you bother rescuing the guys? No. Do you ever bother rescuing them? I sometimes do, actually. If I'm feeling like it, I will rescue them, but I don't feel like it right now. Let us out! Help! No. You'll never get your freedom! I will murder you all! I also keep forgetting. There we go. I keep forgetting to do the no pickup each time we launch this. Hi, big guys. Yeah, I find Diablo very cathartic to play. And it's just what it's not just what I needed. I could do tower defense as a kind of in-between, but then people would be like, that's so weird, you're not playing in your genre. I mean, tower defense is in my genre, it's not in my channel's genre. Although, I have to say, on the Let's Play Everything channel, which I'm streaming this to, it is on genre. Whereas, as far as the Twitch channel, not as much. Because the reason that is because I actually do record the single run episodes or the backlog kind of stuff separately from streaming right now. I know it's a little bit strange in recommendations, but The Let's Play Everything channel is meant to be kind of a, not necessarily first impressions, but it's meant to be a stream archive slash kind of try out indie games kind of channel, whereas my main channel is meant for either I've beaten this reviews, or I thought it was an interesting game, or a game I could have an actual discussion about as a first impression. And you hurt like a truck, buddy. The hell was like that most of my life gone? Oh, I think I know why. Our block with that is there. Let's go ahead and get up to 75, and then everything else into life. That's why we lost most of our life. I didn't have much life. Because somebody, glaring at you, chat. It's all your fault, chat. Damn it. No, it's my fault. But I forgot to dump into life. When we swapped stats, respecking in this mod is a little on the easy side. Which I think is fine for mods, because generally this one does not do this, but a lot of game mods in general will greatly alter the balance of skills. This one doesn't do it too much. It makes some a little bit stronger, but still. It's one of those things where they will greatly alter it, and having that respec allows you to experiment a little bit and figure out where your playstyle sits within the mod's changes. Him, and we have a war sword in there. Go back and pick it up. Yoink. Kinda wish these gremlins actually had different elements. It'd make them more interesting enemies. Otherwise, every single time I see them, it's always just the same attack. They're just gonna be teleporty little bastards that just kind of get in the way a little bit. Really, and there, as far as the enemy, like unique enemy drops, you notice that one dropped 4 things and a potion. They're not fixed drops, so I guess it's made to an extent. It could be that they just upped the cap of what they could drop and removed the minimum, which in and of itself means that if you are farming on a high player count, you're going to get more stuff. It kind of disincentivizes builds that are meant for like 1 to 3 players for farming uniques. So that also does rob you a bit whenever it comes to doing more build variety. Because that does disincentivize things like wind druids, which are really good like players 1 farmers for quite a few targets actually. And over-incentivizes some of the I'm gonna murder everything builds, like Blessed Hammer. Saigon's Shelter, I'm pretty sure we have a full Saigon set already. I'm going to take that anyway. Oh, a second Seraphim. Ooh, my. Do we use that instead of Fall from Grace? We do have the dual mana leech already on the sword. You know what? Why not? Sure. Why not? But yeah, Let's Play Everything is kind of the precursor to the main channel as far as the content type. And Game Sampler was originally intended as sort of the I just want to see if this is worth covering to begin with kind of channel. But I have not really had I have the internet bandwidth, I don't have the rendering bandwidth to handle it. Because then I'd have to figure out a way to render like 10 hours of 1440p video a day. And there is also another issue that I've been running into with Game Sampler. Yes, it is intended for people to use as B-roll. That is the entire point of it. Yes, you can still get copyrighted claimed by the developer, but I figure I'll have the footage there. It's an archive for me, and it's an archive for anybody who wants to make a video on a game but don't have time to get to like a late stage of a given game for a piece of footage, or other such things as that. All these guys are just coming up running here while I am slowly killing Dreadfroth. We could use some more Crushing Blow. I'm noticing there. We do have a bit. But yeah, it's just one of those things, like, it was intended for that, but the issue that's being run into is the massive uptick in AI channels sadly makes releasing a channel like that would actually benefit a lot of real creators less viable, because guess what happens whenever you just put up a bunch of footage? The AI channels will nab it. Kind of sucks. I'm not going to cut off this channel, even though they will do it to that. They at least don't have access to the background audio, so they can't use that on this without my voice just being over it. Unless they do some really creative editing or get one of the things that essentially removes the voice track. Although it's not on a separate track on mine. They would have to sample my voice and invert it. Which is possible. There is AI that does that. YouTube's AI can actually remove music and just leave the voice as well, to an extent. It sounds very funky when it does it. Especially whenever it is a false claim, because it's not able to get an exact match. I'm glaring at you, freaking... I don't even remember the name of the company that did the claim. But they claimed some Homeworld 3 stuff, which resulted in me not being able to cover Homeworld 3 on this or Game Sampler. I did eventually upload it on Game Sampler with a huge section just straight up frickin' muted. Because I'll be damned if I'm giving one of those scam companies money. Because it's not even like Gearbox. If Gearbox claimed it, I would be perfectly fine with it. It is their rendition of... I'm trying to remember the name of the song. Asiago Strings, I believe is what it's called. Though it's not. It's Adiago or something like that. Asiago, I think, is cheese. I got cheese on my brain. I like my cheese. But... it's Adiago, I believe. Increase attack speed? Nope. Okay, those can go in there. That'll get sold. Because I could use the money to pull runes out of stuff. But yeah, Adiago Strings version, they claimed it was the Platoon version. It's not. And actually, due to the different versions, I would really be surprised if Gearbox couldn't counterclaim that, but I don't think Gearbox is going to be supporting Homeworld 3 very long. If they even if they still are even, I don't know. I actually haven't checked. It got kind of review bombed. It's a fine enough game. It's not a great Homeworld game. It's more like it's a downgrade from the first Homeworld as far as like what kind of flexibility the character has. The story is fine. A lot of people are like, it's like a Disney story. I don't give a shit. If it's a fine story, it's a fine story. I don't care if it's a space opera or a Disney story. If it's good, it's good. And it was fine. It was a little cliche, but who doesn't care about that? I think the campaign was a little bit on the short side, and there was some issues with the controls that made it kind of annoying to do a few of the missions. I say all this in the review. It's fine. Speaking of which, I should probably make a command that lets you put in the name of the game and actually get the review for that game. That'd be kind of fun. Look at us going to get resists and facing off against probably gloams and snakes. Oh, no. We are really getting, like, the crap beat. Oh, yeah, we do have gloams. Oh, no. What will I ever do? I'm so afraid of gloams. I do still hate them because they're jackasses, but right now we're kind of set up to deal with them. We have 87% lightning resist. They're not gonna hurt our feelings. Mercenary, can you not just stand back there dying? Please, thank you. And yes, the reason I'm walking is because the melee characters, the melee enemies at least, the snakes and the... God's sake. I came over here to kill you, you jackass. I'll let my mercenary do it. Revenge of the Gloams. But yeah, if they get one hit on me, that's like half or more of my life. So having a 75% block, kind of helpful. And yes, I am keeping an eye out for potential, like, special drops that would be kind of handy, but, like, for rune words, that is. But chances of us getting them in Nightmare, pretty slim. I swear that feels like it's taking a % of my life, rather than a just amount of damage. And no, we don't have great defense. We just have good block. That's walking keeps your defense up, but I'm more concerned about the block chance. Like down here we have 4275. Quick kill these guys off so they don't kill my mercenary. Right now we have 75% block, but if we were running, that is not displaying it properly, but you actually have a reduced chance to block while running as well. So we are going tank route. Just because of the enemy comp down here. I think we killed a Gloam just then that decided to come up and try and punch us. I don't think it ever became visible. Immune to cold and lightning. Lovely. And yes, I'm mostly killing stuff for XP right now. Because we don't want to be going into hell under like 85 in this mod. Holy Jesus, there's a lot of you. There you guys go. There were some over here. I saw them run away. I will get revenge on you. I have a particular set of skills. And one of them is not going over rivers. Okay, one more into that. Are we over 10k? We are over 10k. If we can get dual dreams, we could go even crazier on it, but we're not going to get that until probably, if we do get that, it's going to be near the end of hell. Just the unfortunate reality of things. Ooh, a Naga. That might actually be a halfway decent weapon. I don't know yet. Aragorn's trademark decision. Or sorry, derision. Weapon fire damage, enemy fire resist down, enhanced weapon damage. So it's basically... It's similar to what we were using the Blood Moon for. It doesn't give us increased attack speed. Okie dokie. Old man noises. Let's get ourselves some resists. Now, I'm trying to think what probably the worst areas in this difficulty are going to be for us. I'm not entirely sure yet. Because they have changed some things. I think Hell Diablo is going to be fine. I think the Ancients are going to be a cluster. Just a hunch. And yes, I will always be gathering runes. If we hit a stack of 100, I might consider not making a mule and just skipping the runes for that, but
Good evening.
part of me kind of doesn't want to do that. Okay, summoning skills, 2 sockets, all attributes, life after each kill. That's kind of interesting, but not what we need. That is actually a halfway decent ruby jewel. Yes, it's not perfect, but there's the other increased attack speed jewel we were thinking of. That cannot be on rare jewels in vanilla. For those of you that are curious. Slightly tempting to pluck that out of there and get the rare jewel in. It's enhanced weapon damage, increased attack speed, minimum weapon damage, and mana after each kill. I wager the bug is still there. If the bug is still there, the enhanced weapon damage would not improve our minimum damage. Which is actually kind of where we're lacking. For those of you wondering, it's an order of operations thing. It can be a pain in the ass. We'd probably be better off going with this. Because we actually don't have a lot of off-weapon enhanced damage. So that would actually be a significant bump. It's not worth spending the gold on, though. I don't think, at least. Fall from Grace goes away. We're going to go ahead and keep that because of the attributes. And yes, I know we are hitting the realm of losing mana there. It's fine. Those two can be sold. That can be sold, and these can be thrown into the gem bags that we've slowly been pulling from. I need to get my runes up is what I need to do. Runes and rare jewels are going to be the thing that we are desiring most. I think we're getting to that point where we need to start gambling again. And Mala, time for you to give me more resists. Like, we actually need them in Nightmare. We really don't. But that puts us at the point where we will have maxed out cold in Hell. We're going to be at 56 fire, 64 lightning, and 56 poison. Which is not bad. We're going to have to bump it up a bit, but right now we're good. I'll probably end up swapping out the armor, taking this one onto my main character, and getting this one with resists on it. Or we can always just go back to this. It's not going to make a huge difference. It's 3% difference in resists, but it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I do find the chill experience of D2 to be cathartic after I've gone through a rough game or a stressful series of games, which we're probably going to have more rough games that, and I'm not saying rough as in, oh, that was hard to play, but no, rough as in, God, that was a kick in the nuts, which 10 out of 10 Expedition 33 would get kicked in nuts again. But that is always going to be my line for it. That game was, if you are able to get mentally attached to the characters, or you have some kind of like ability to empathically bond with characters, that game will kick you in the teeth in a good way. If you don't have that and you're just going by the mechanics, you will just be playing a good game. It's mechanically a solid game. Best game ever? No, but if you're not able to like build up some empathy with the characters, it's not going to be the best game ever for you. But I do like the combo of mechanics. That's kind of like the delineating factor I've noticed between people who there's other factors that influence it, but that is the big factor that delineates people who've beaten it and don't really like it, and the people who have beaten it and are just like, this is the best game ever, is the ability to bond with the characters. There's a lot of people who went kind of weird whenever it came to Gustav. And yes, this is a little bit of an early game spoiler, but there are people who went weird with Gustav and were like, when he died, I just didn't like the game anymore. It's like, that's kind of a weird take. That's like saying I don't like Final Fantasy VII because Aerith died. And it sets up the entire rest of the story. I need to grab these healing potions because something in there hurt. Now, if I can get the waypoint here, I will take it. I will want it, but for the most part, I don't think anything here is going to be terribly dangerous. We just got struck by a smooth criminal there. We are getting mana per hit as well, on top of... I could really use redemption for idiots like this. Why am I unable to hit you, you son of a bitch? There we go. That was very strange. Like, we whiffed, what, 2-3 Zeals in a row? Ancient armor is going to be worth a crap ton. That goes on the ground. Get on the ground. Gonna beat you up. Get on the ground. Damn it. Gablin. Okay. Choking gases, ID scrolls. Don't need any of it. I am wondering what strong enemy in here. Because we do keep losing, like, most of our life to, like, random things. I'm not sure what's causing that. There is something that is walloping us. And as far as Smite, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, it doesn't get the Holy Aura effect. So really what we're doing with that is just getting contact. If we start running across something that's hard to hit, we go Smite. We don't have a ton of Crushing Blow, but we can apply some that way. Okay, so this is going to be nowhere. Nope, that's actually down. That's not a bad place to farm for some items either on Hell. The Drifter Cavern. It's not great, but it doesn't really spawn too many terribly offensive things if you have some lightning resist. You can deal with, like, whenever it pops gloams. Otherwise, it just gets succubi. And the big ice guys. Drifters. Another level up. Let's go for more dex. Yes, our attack rating is going to be somewhat mediocre because we don't have fanaticism. We might actually eventually have to switch over to being a physical damage zealot. Ew. Not that it's actually terrible. It's a decent enough build, especially if you can get some Crushing Blow. because it's a fast attacker, especially with fanaticism running. Get away with a lot of crap. Should I go Holy Freeze? It doesn't do a lot of damage. The only reason I'm not dipping into that, it's not the worst Holy Aura. In fact, Holy Fire is probably the worst. Holy Shock is a little bit of a gamble. Where is the waypoint, for God's sake? Well, I guess we're not getting the waypoint. We're putting up a safety town portal instead. Yeah, the only waypoint I am, like, bound and determined to get, although we have one right here, is going to be Ancient's Way. That's the next big one that we need. This act kind of does pull an inverse of Act 3. In that a lot of the waypoints, there's a lot of waypoints between useless targets. You have the Frigid Highlands one is kind of handy for some farming. You have pretty much the only one necessary for progression, though, if you're rushing somebody, is going to be Ancient's Way. Which is strange to me. Because in Act 3, you need Spider Forest, Player Jungle, and you can get away with just Travancore, but I do like getting Caressed. And one of these days, I will build like a gold find. Although it's not really necessary. I'll build a magic find / gold find character on here and see how big we can get the gold piles. Because I have a feeling you can get those ridiculous with all of the crafting recipes and jazz going on. Because just start imbuing items with just plus gold find and magic find. Run on a dual wield barb and get... I'm pretty sure you could get over 2,000 magic find. I'm pretty sure you could get over like 4,000 gold find. But that would be kind of a fun one to do. Of course, you're not going to get to edited items ranges, but nobody can, except if you're playing an edited character. Still remember those days on Open BattleNet? Jeez. Wild, Wild West. I am slightly sad that we don't have an Open BattleNet alternative. Because it would be fun to play this with other people if we just, like, coordinate on which version of the mod we're using. Just let us play it. Okay, now we definitely need the waypoint down here. I'm not sure what kind of enemy setups we're going to have. I know we got Lancers. We've seen them twice already. Okay, so we got Abominables, Lancers, and the most annoying Porcupines. Groovy. Mercenary, please don't be kamikazing. Thank you. She tries. Ooh, and a harpoon. That better be a barbarian one. I'm just saying. Okay, I will be right back. I need to go check that, unfortunately. Be right. Okay, we're back. Oh, ad starts in 31 seconds? Now we'll snooze it for 5 minutes. Don't know why it's not resetting my snoozes. It's making me mildly worried. Oh, this has knockback, replenish quantity, and decent weapon damage. That's not that terrifying. That might actually be an okay weapon. About to lose all of our mana, by the way. Because identify. Okay, that... Holy crap. Okay. I guess instead of this one. That's a lot. Okay, that can just go in there. Don't need that, don't need that. Don't actually need that. We can put it into the pile of random magic crap jewels. Dual each amulet. Jesus, okay. Sure, why not? 7 life, 3% experience gained. I think we are currently using... Yeah, we're just using a plain one of those, so why not? That's some crushing blow. That might actually be handy. Oh, we already have a crushing blow one as well. What would we swap out for that? Maybe this? And get more XP gained? Why not? I think we have a life per hit on one of the mules, unfortunately. I didn't keep it on me, otherwise I would have swapped it in instead of that. Because life per hit is very, very valuable to me. Because we're not leeching a lot, we just want... Ooh, that's another increased attack speed. And another junk jewel. But yeah, the life per hit is valuable to me. Because imagine if you're getting like 20 life per swing on Zeal.
Afternoon.
That'll kick ass. And we should be rebuilding our mana. Yes, we are. So once we go in, it'll be fine. Sorry for the interruption there, by the way. That just happens to be the I've fallen and I can't get up alarm, so I have to go check it each time. That's not one you can ignore. And yes, we will wait to do the Ancients until that ad break that I snoozed actually plays out. Because that's kind of an integral part of our progression. For those of you on YouTube, you're like, what ad break? Yeah, you are correct. I can't actually play ads on the YouTube end because we are doing Let's Play Everything. I'm on the fence about it. I am actually considering setting it up so that I get kind of a unique alert whenever an ad is about to play. I'll try and figure out some way to like do an audio alert for me or something that you guys won't have to hear, but I will. So I'll know when it's coming up so I can pause games or go back to town or something like that and just keep both platforms equal. Because unfortunately, I cannot turn off ads on Twitch without having an obscene amount of pre-rolls, which is really bad for performance on the platform. Obviously, the people who are normally going to watch me will usually watch through the pre-rolls and just continue on, or they'll use an ad blocker. Don't begrudge either of those. Or they'll run Twitch Nitro. Not Nitro. Nitro's Discord. What is Twitch's one? Twitch Turbo. There we go. You know, those speedy sounding names for crap. But I do wish I could do... Both platforms have their own little issues that are just really irritating. I know that's kind of an odd thing to complain about, but Twitch has the whole thing of, well, if you're an affiliate or a partner, you got to have ads somewhere. That's understandable. I do not begrudge them that. They need to make money so the platform stays alive. That's a no shit moment. But I don't get to have as much control over the spacing as I do on, say, YouTube. Whereas on YouTube, I can't make it so that subs don't get ads. On Twitch, I can. And Twitch, I have it set where subs do not get ads. You don't get ads if you're on Turbo either. So, those are always good. I really wish I could turn off ads for channel members on YouTube. That would be the top pick for me. It would be more profitable for YouTube to have that as well, which is really the kind of befuddling thing. It might be a back-end reason. There are always situations where it could be not related to them just not thinking about it, or them not considering that aspect of it, or just wanting to double dip, that kind of stuff. Yes, those could also be the reasons why, but I could see some technical reasons as to why they can't exclude ads based on a user account without it being through the premium service. Because the premium service on YouTube, for those of you that are curious, is likely just a blanket don't play ads thing. It's basically like a flag on the account. That flag having bugs would explain why some accounts still get ads on premium. Because it means it probably just didn't properly apply to their account. Or there wasn't a proper flag on the ad itself as an ad. That would explain why you have those kind of blanket things going on with YouTube Premium. There's the icy cellar. We don't care about that. It's going to probably be dead end. Yeah. 75 going into Nightmare Ancients Players 8. I will be dropping it down to Players 1 for the Ancients, because I guarantee you one of them's going to be lightning immune. You know it. I know it. Diablo knows it. I don't know if Bale knows it. He's too busy laughing at me whenever I stand still to chat in frickin' Worldstone Keep. He likes watching. I swear that's how it feels whenever he's like, ha 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 ha. Why are you paying so much attention to me just going through the Worldstone Keep? Shouldn't you be paying attention to going through that portal and finishing it off before I get there and not giving me the opportunity to stop you? Yes, there's idiosyncrasies in all games like that. Enemies doing their I am the villain monologue is not an uncommon thing, and that's kind of the action RPG equivalent of I am the villain monologue. Is them just being okay. Here is me waiting for you to, at the key point, of just leaving. Go look at the map. Yeah, it should be. It can't be over there, can it? I don't think it will. I think it's going to be down here. I can think of one floor layout where it could be upright. And that is if there is this long chunk here. I'll point it out after we get done fighting these guys. Hey, DF, how's it going? Life treating you well today? Good God, we just don't run out of enemies. There we go. But yeah, the way this could branch off is that this could have a downward on it. That long split section. It is possible to spawn like that. But it didn't. We have Ariat Summit right there. Life is good at a normal human rate. Is it good at an abnormal human rate? Hopefully it's good at both rates. And that's probably Saigon's. No! It's new! We don't have the strength for it, otherwise I'd use it for Crushing Blow. Okay. Players 1, because there is no reason to do Ancients on Players 8 unless you're being like me and are just an idiot that forgets to change it.
The summit. The barbarian holy group.
Oh, none of them got lightning enchanted. Ta-da, Ancient's dead. Didn't even get a level off of it. And that animation is broken in this mod. It's not broken in vanilla. You're awake, so does that count? Yes. Being awake is always a good state. You doing any more Serious Sam today? Or are you just chilling for the day? Yes, I lurk. Don't tell anyone. I do wonder if eventually, I mean, you can kind of see some incidental things that they might be demanding activity for you to count as a viewer. But I do wonder if they're going to just like hard implement something that requires you to like chat or interact a certain amount to count as a viewer, which would suck. Because usually when I'm not lurking while streaming, I'm usually lurking while either trying to lose the... I want to lose at least like 60 to 80 pounds, but trying to work on that or work on writing where I can't just like stop and interact with the stream. So it'd really suck if they did that. Because then I'd probably have to set up an automated just like I'm lurking button. Hope you're doing well. To interact with the stream every so-and-so amount of time. Wouldn't be too hard to set up. I just need to set up an IRC bot. But still. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they switch off of using IRC for anything within the next few years. If Twitch is still around then. I hate to be foreboding with that, but I'm not entirely sure Twitch is moving in a direction where they're going to be staying alive. Well, there's where we want to go. They're giving up ground, which is never a good sign. We will continue, yes, and lurkers are the backbone of Twitch. You don't know how that compares for YouTube. Yeah, sadly avoided clear obscure as you want to sit down with a completely blind. Yes, 100% recommend. You're lucky you came in a little bit later, because just a little bit ago I did have a minor spoiler. Well, not really minor. It's an Act 1 spoiler. So don't watch the VOD. But yes, my stance on it, and this is a non-spoiler one, 10 out of 10 would let it punch me in the nuts again. That is my review, non-spoiler review of Clair Obscur. It is a great game. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to play New Game Plus on stream or not. I might. I am on the fence about that one, but I will definitely put a heads up if I'm going to. Because I think I might want to go for 100% achievements. I am 2 achievements from being done with it. So it's not like I have a lot to do. One of them being get to level 99. Ooh, there's a fall rune. They're not the runes we need. Oh yeah, definitely enjoyed it. We'll scream its praises from the rooftops. Ooh, a sword. Hey, we finally got one of the set orbs. Okay, let's find her. Are we back on Players 8? Did I put it back up? Yes. Yeah, I want Players 8 so I get more XP. This feels like the intended way to play this mod. But yeah, I needed a palate cleanser like this after playing it. It was that much of a game. Identify. 3 socket. Greater Helm, no. That one is... we'll keep it in case we do a poison build. We're not keeping that one because it's low. Yeah, I need more orbs of conversion is what I need. Fall. And bloop. Okay, so that is Shattering Fist, yeah. Confused by some of these set items. Yeah, those are all garbage and just need to be sold. I don't need to worry about them. And yeah, lurkers are the backbone of YouTube as well. Generally speaking, YouTube, the way it recommends is on interaction. So if you're engaging people to chat, it'll recommend it more to just like random people. But if you're lurking, that's still a positive on the end of it because that means there's a passive engagement. How's your experience been with Divinity Original Sin 2? Pretty good. There are a few things that have been kind of like, huh? But I like the combat enough that honestly, I wouldn't mind a game that was just that combat and no story. Just even if it was a PvP game, I'd be fine with it because I love the combat that much in it. But as far as the story, there's been a few points that I've been gotten kind of lost on it as far as like disengaged, not as in I don't know what's going on, but as in just I'm not connecting with it as well. But for the most part, it's been a good story arc. It's been... I think it tries to go a few too many directions with this, like, side stuff. Which is fine. It's just not my cup of tea there, but the overarching story is good. I like it way better than the first one. I would put it about on par with probably Baldur's Gate 1. As far as like overall quality, which is high praise. I wouldn't put it on Baldur's Gate 2 levels, but it's for different reasons. Baldur's Gate 2 has kind of weak mechanics, but strong story for me, whereas Divinity Original Sin 2 has strong mechanics and okay story. It's enough that I can enjoy going through it, but not so much that, oh, I just went through the wrong spot. So much that I'm going to be remembering it as an epic tale kind of situation. It's like reading a good book. Will I read it again? Probably. But I'm not going to go extremely out of my way to do it right away. I know that was a convoluted way of saying, I like it. It's good. Not my goat. Mercenary, can you stop just like getting into the middle of everything? Thank you. Seven out of 10 would play again. Of course, my favorite game before playing Clair Obscur was, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. So, if that puts everything in perspective a little bit more. Yeah, the combat is... I love the idea of the combat, and the implementation is pretty damn good. Is it perfect? No. But whenever you're running a complicated system like that, it's not ever going to be perfect. There are going to be bugs. And I think the only combat encounter that I didn't hate it, but I didn't particularly like it was there's one in the Red Prince's story arc where it's basically you have to get rid of all the cursed fire. It's not as bad as my original first impressions of it were, like after figuring out and digging through it a little bit with our trying to beat the combat. I think it could have been broadcast better what the expectations of it were. Because they were just basically the undead guys. Back off a little bit. That kept reviving in the cursed fire. And yes, we figured out eventually that, oh, they only have normal fire damage for the most part. They do have 2 cursed fire arrows when they spawn, but so they're not constantly doing it. You just have to get rid of the cursed fire the first time so they can't keep growing it. But I think it could have been broadcast a little bit further. Like whenever they initially spawn, have them spawn from that fire as opposed to just next to it. That in and of itself would have broadcast their functionality a little bit better to me. Ow, oh, I'm glad you chose lightning. That's my best resist. Actually, is that? No. That wasn't useful for any builds, I'm sorry. I do need to go back and probably do Divinity 2 as a lone wolf as well. But that's for another time. The question is, which one would I go with? Can I actually see it on the ground there, please? Or no, I guess not. I guess I have to turn off no pickup to pick up the thing. Yay, the joys of having to pick up trash to pick up something you actually want to look at. Okay. And we have, like, the god poison on us right now. Which also kind of sucks. No on that. That goes in there. We're looking at decent block. Yes. 73% with the shield. I think we're good with that for now. I think we might hit 11k. Okay, this one we just need the stairs down. You love Lone Wolf, but if you enjoy the party base and inventory management, 4 players are good as well. Yeah, I think as far as there's pros and cons to both. I think that Lone Wolf is probably one of those that it's going to change the balance of the encounters pretty significantly. Because you're going to have... Sorry, I'm concentrating on killing off the little guys that are running away. But... because you have action economy issues. In 1v1s, it's going to be a lot easier with Lone Wolf. In larger fights, it's probably going to be a lot harder with Lone Wolf. But I think that just kind of comes inherently to having a... Why do we keep getting pole runes? Jesus. I swear, even back in like the early Diablo 2 days, I was getting pole runes. Well, not early. Early Lord of Destruction. And yes, I did put that up intentionally because we're on players 8, and it is very easy to get ganked down here. Because there isn't a safe spawn zone. Okay, let's back off a little bit. I heard a jewel drop. There's that. I think that was a grand charm that I just picked up. Nope, it was Greaves. Currently doing Lone Wolf with a friend on the hardest, but you aren't doing one life only. Oh, you're not doing hardcore? No hardcore, huh? Just kidding. cannot blame you. I don't usually play hardcore in games like that, especially CRPGs, because in a lot of CRPGs, there's sometimes kill switches in dialogue. I know that Rogue Trader is actually kind of bad about that. Having just a kill switch dialogue choice where they just nuke you immediately and there's no actually fighting back. Let's go get our mercenary real quick.
Good day.
I could drop it to players 1 and probably have an easier time down here. But I want to get to level 79 and then we can. But yeah, as far as these mid runes, we got 2, 2, 4, 8, 3, 6. Yeah, it's like all the pole runes. God dang it. Yeah, I'm not faking the fact that I get pole runes. They just do show up. I don't know why. Rite of Passage. That's actually a familiar one. Enhanced weapon damage, crushing blow, and then we have the gems. Do we go for more crushing blow? Are any of these worth getting rid of to get crushing blow? I don't think so just yet. It is something I want to consider. Deadly Strike is another one we'll just throw in here. You're still contemplating on the Diablo 2 remake, just so you can experience more classes than just the Barbarian, but also a bit unsure about supporting Blizzard. Yeah. Yeah, this is a remaster. It's not a... This is a mod, technically. The one I'm playing right now is a mod. But as far as Diablo 2 Resurrected, it's a good remake. Or, not a remake. It's a good remaster. It's done appropriately. There is a little bit of power creep they added before abandoning it in the form of the Mosaic Assassin. But for the most... And I don't agree with how they did Sunder. I know that other YouTube creators... I mean, other D2 creators will disagree with me on this and have been weirdly vocal about it against my comment on it. But basically, I don't like how they implemented it. I think there is a mathematically better way they could have done it. Instead, it just makes it so that you pretty much need a Sunder if you're going mono elemental, and then you can just farm everywhere. Kind of like defeats the point of immunities. Whereas if you do it another way, you can actually have it where immunities just become highly resistant. Which I would much rather see. But yeah, as it stands, it just makes immunities pointless with Sunders, but you only get those after you beat Hell anyway, so it's literally just for the farmers. Or for people twinking their characters. We might die. Mercenary's definitely dying. Us, that level up may have actually saved our life. Now that we got our level up, I can do that. Need to tap out, leaving a lurk. Okay, have a good one. Hopefully your fingers do not become too pruny while doing the dishes. And thank you for using the command. So few people actually use the commands. I have so many of them. I need to make them more interesting. I will give it that. I have not done a great job of making the commands terribly interesting. They've all just been functional at this point. We're gonna grab that. Yeah, mercenary got murdered. Oh, and there's 4 and 5. Yep, that's fine. But now we're gonna be on players 1, so that means that Mercenary should be fine.
Salutations.
Attacker takes damage of 58. Jesus. Jesus. And yes, I'm going to just dump that in my inventory. Do we do a freaking, whatchamacallit? Pacifist build and reimagined? Maybe. It would be kind of weird, but it's fine. I am surprised our repair cost was still 0.
Yes, warrior.
Okay, mercenary, you need to stop dying. We gave you what you needed. We gave you the supplies with which to survive. I should probably go grab those coronets. Those coronets, even magic ones, can actually be good. Man, it feels like we're playing frickin' Path of Exile here. Just everything dying in one hit. I'm gonna grab this before I just flat out forget it. Yoink. There we go. Nice enough. Now, how many things do I just stand here? I could just stand here and win on Nightmare with the half-baked Tesla Din. That would take a little bit. Get eviscerated. Oh no. Oh no, we're feeling the poison. It's overwhelming all of our replenished life. Whatever will I do? Man, this is super effective. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be snarky about it. It's just what it is. I do want the full rejuice. I don't want the magic longsword I just picked up. They should have a potion belt as well, like an actual potion sack. I just realized what I said whenever I said potion belt. We literally have one of those. We should have a potion sack that we can just store excess potions in. Thank you for waiting for me to come down here, Bale. You could have actually done everything you were planning to do down here without just standing in front of a portal. Ta-da! We got him. Okay.
You shall no longer taint this mortal realm.
We should be good. Did I already turn in all my quests? Yes. At least the ones that I actually did. Yeah, he does just wait for you. We have Act 1 for terror zones. I think we might run a couple of those just because it's going to be not terrible. Go ahead and let him pop that out. Hi, guy. We don't really want your red portal. Terror zones in this can actually drop the Sunder Charms and Nightmare. Whereas in the vanilla version, they can only drop them in hail terror zones. Although, hell in this mod does not have a lot of immunities. Summoning skills for the Necro? The gloves are getting weirder and weirder, folks. They're just getting weird. Not where I intended those to be, but thank you. There we go. Okay. That can just get sold.
What do you need?
Trying to think what set items we want to be working towards. I kind of want to... Let's see what the Celestial Hierarchy has as far as its other set items goes. That's... Celestial. It is a lacquered plate, Gothic shield. It is Demon Hide Sash. I think we might already have gotten that once. At one point. Dominion is Mirrored Boots. Cherubim is Armée, which is going to be a helmet. We have the rings. We already have 2 of the rings. But it doesn't... What's the full set bonus? Magic Find, all skills, slain monsters rest in peace, and all resists. Doesn't sound terrible. Doesn't sound great either. Not something I'm gonna go out of my way for. Especially since it uses a Gothic shield. Okay, so Cold Plains and Rogue Encampment are not terrorized. But let's go ahead and Players 8. This will bring them up to my level. And we're going to go to... Tristram is in there, right? Yes, it is. So Stonyfield first. Oh, the noise. Dun dun. Orb of Socketing. We actually haven't gotten one of those before. And yes, we can get different orbs depending on a few factors. One of them being terror zones. There's orbs of corruption we can get from this. So we do want to clear out Tristram.
Impossible.
Really? Doesn't feel impossible to me. Spiderweb Sash. I should probably be looking for rare bases. We'll throw that in there just to sell it. Yeah, that's our first Orb of Socketing. I like the color of it. The nice kind of like turquoisey blue, if you will. They're not dropping a lot of stuff. We don't have a lot of magic find on us, though, so I can't really blame it. Nothing good there. I'll take the Curus. Boop. But I will need to probably dip out right around the 4-hour mark, maybe 5 hours, because I still need to make maps for tonight. Well, a map at the very least. Because I have a feeling where everybody's gonna go. Let's see. A little bit more murder, yes. Yeah, I think we've cleared out most of the stuff that we'd actually want to deal with here. Can they still drop good stuff? Yes. Terrorize the level 80, because that's the level we were whenever we came into it. And we go to the next... Actually, it might be equal to our level. New skill, defensive. That 2 more levels and we're out of things to put things in. We're at 11k. But yeah, normally the cap on Nightmare is freaking... Oh, and we forgot an important thing in there. We are going to do cows. Mainly because moo. Moo moo. Moo! Moo. I do find it sad that he doesn't drop larger piles of gold, because he ripped us off so many times back in the day. Of course, he looks like older in this, which always weirds me out. Because Wirt is a kid. He's like 12, if I remember correctly, he's like 12 or 13 in the original game. He is not that old. So this had to have happened. This happened a few years after they left Tristram, but not that long after. Because the Wake of Destruction was just behind Diablo, which was the warrior, and the warrior left soon after. The warrior left sometime between defeating Diablo and the innkeeper lady, trying to remember her name. She left before the warrior left, but after Diablo was dead. I'm trying to remember the timeline there, but yeah, basically, Wirt would not be that old. But he looks like he's got, like, years on him there. Although I doubt they actually expected people to sit there and look that closely at him. Which is a distinct possibility as well. Do we think we can do hell on Players 8? Probably yes. At our current level, we could probably get through Act 1 hell. You can see the enemy lagging there. Which is itself a bit interesting. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again, the way this game is set up to run single player is very weird. We are basically playing on a server right now. It's just a local server. And yes, Diablo 2, the old school one and the new one both function that way. Very strange. Old man noises again. I've been having back spasms lately, so I'm trying to stretch more often. Although I think I just pinched a nerve in my shoulder doing that. That's fine. I'll survive. I'm just slowly falling apart over here. Starting to feel like the Crypt Keeper. I feel like how the Crypt Keeper looks. Okay, so this area pretty much done. Yeah, we totally need the mana regen. I just out of habit take it. I do find it weird that the Cold Plains is not considered part of this terror zone. Yes, I'm taking all of them. Triple the mana regeneration. Okay, so that's that area done. We can go get... Do we do cows? We got like 30 more minutes of the terror zone, so. Dragon Shield can only go up to 3. Could do Black Marsh. fact, that might not be a bad idea. Those don't auto stack. That needs to get out of the way. Yeah, we can do this. Because it should include the tower. Yeah, it does. I like how this is not terrorized, but down there is. We can terrorize everything but the doorway. Why? Because we have them their skills of precision terror. This one I actually do want to check on. Is it an ED one or is it durability? Nope. If it was a proper enhanced damage one, I'd probably actually keep it and roll on it for rune words. F rune. Yeah, this is not an enemy dense area, so it's not a lot of levels. We will probably get a level up down here. But what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to smack the living daylights out of everything down here, as is the usual. Then I'll drop it to players 1. Can I drop that in there, please? Thank you. And then I'll drop it to players 1 before the bottom floor. Just for more freaking runes. Yeah, I saw the enemies up there. I'm probably going to go kill them. Oh, they're not. They don't have a boss. They're only worth so much. And I don't remember what the cap on levels in Nightmare Terror Zones is in the mod. I know what it is in vanilla. It's 75 in vanilla. And yes, I am picking up the rares on purpose. I will check if they work for any set items that I want. And I think someone mentioned that the cows don't require the town portal in this one. I don't remember for sure. I can double check. I think it is just the leg. Okay, players 1. It has admittedly been a while since I did Terror Zones, even in vanilla. They just don't really have much of a purpose for me, unless I am like doing a solo self-found run. 4 decent enough runes, not great. We got a fall was probably the highest one we saw there. And no, we've already done this quest, so there's no real point in messing with that. That's garbage. Yeah, Act 1 Terror Zone's not always the best.
Greeting.
Those for the rare things that we're just kind of like keeping just in case, we're going to dump them in here. I'll probably be selling most of them. But I want to see if there's set items under each of those that we potentially would want. That gets sold, that gets sold, that gets sold. Yeah, a lot of stuff is going to get sold. There's a spiderweb sash. Plated belt, if we roll a set on it, it's probably going to be Saigon, so I probably should sell that one. That is a crazy little amulet. Strength, dexterity, vitality, energy. Only thing it's missing is resists. That's a lot of stats. How many stat points? 33 plus 4, so 55 stats. That's 11 levels worth of stats, my dudes. 11 levels, my guy. It's not Wednesday, my dude. Okay, since we got a new one of these, Corrupt always goes at the end. I think we want them actually ordered like that. Because socketing is an odd one. It's not actually upgrading it any, it's just applying sockets to it. I think the act I would rather see be terrorized would probably be... Honestly, Act 5. As much as I hate the randomization of enemies there, at least it's semi-predictable. And you can actually get... Most of the enemies there are going to have decent base drops, if that makes sense. That's going to be a junk jewel. We'll do some cows. Why not? I think they're going to be probably higher level than vanilla, but I don't think they're going to be crazy. Okay, so that's capped, that's capped, that's capped. We are capped on gold in our big stash. So I probably should be gambling soon. I forgot to put on Players 8. This is going to be a cakewalk here. Give me some higher player count cows. Level 64 is their base level here. There we go. Ooh, a heraldic shield. Military axe we're not going to worry about. Kuhab we're not going to worry about either. They're both exceptional. Kuhab might be worth getting. Yeah, we'll grab it. Why not? Military axe. I'm not big on two-handed weapons. Only ones I ever use it on are druids and sometimes barbarians. Other than that, unless we're going ranged, it's one-handed with shield. The only sorceress build I think I regularly go two-handers with is the freaking big stick one I did a while back. You basically get an Archon staff and turn it into a Breath of the Dying. It's stupid. It actually functions weirdly enough, but it's not exactly great. Oh, there's a small charm. Oh no, players ate cows. Whatever will we do? Besides just murder them all relentlessly, apparently. Yeah, at 64, they're not going to have any of the really great items that we particularly want. They'll drop some decent runes. They'll drop money, of course. And they could drop some bases. We don't have a lot of magic finds, so our chance of finding bases is not terrible. We have Splash on, right? I have the splash rune on. Gray name. That's a name. Stone skin and lightning immune. We are mostly lightning damage. Notice how different that damage output is. I'm literally just sitting here taking drinks while holding down the left mouse button. Ta-da! Barrel. That's yeah, we'll take it. It's not going to be that useful for us. And I might want to make myself an Insight Act 2 mercenary so I can at least get, say, Might or something with it. Right now, we're just going with the Act 1 mercenary because that's what we had, and I don't really care too much. But if we wanted to really kind of make this a little bit more reliable on a greater variety of enemies, Act 2 is probably the way to go. It would die more often, but it would actually make us... Oop, well, there goes our mercenary. Speaking of more reliable versus not, she does get stuck in the middle of enemies because she doesn't know that she's ranged sometimes. I have my raw rune. Thank you. Thank you. Let's duck in here and check the wand and the jewel. Will I be doing another necromancer run? Probably not. At least not right away. If we do another necromancer run, it'll be probably in the realm of I just need a cool off and we've already done all the other classes. Because I don't want to go back and replay a class, especially with how cheap respecking is, unless I've already beaten all the other classes first in the mod. It seems like it would be a little bit of a waste. Hey, Daladon, how's it going? We are no longer on fire. We are lightning now. I am wishing they would drop some jaw runes. I could make myself dreams, but until then, if store-bought lightning isn't available, we can do some homegrown. We can do homemade. If store-bought games aren't good, we can make our own. I really should just like start actually just making just a, not even like a good indie game, just a crappy indie game that I can make really quick. Then just release them all as like one big pack, like the Dollar Game Club or something like that. Although that would probably get trademark hit. Just putting that one out there. I don't think Dollar Shave Club would actually appreciate that. Because that is a little too close in their branding.
I can't carry anymore.
Swift Descent, which is shape-shifting, lifesteal. Bad. Not great. How is life treating you, Diladon? See that Grand Charm? I'm going to try and grab the Grand... and poke it with a stick. As an ad starts creeping in 5 minutes. We're just kind of dicking around after defeating Bale. Bale! And then we'll go off and do some. We'll do some of hell today. Tried some summoning on the mod. How is it? I'm assuming druid summoning. Haven't actually gotten to try druid summoning yet. Oh, that feels so good. The air conditioner just kicked on. It's like blowing like right on me. I'm about to like purr like a yeti. Druid summon cast spells. Druid summons cast spells apparently? What? What? Which ones? Now I'm curious. Hey, Kane, identify my crap. Crap identified. Sell. The fuck? Sell. Life and mana per kill. Okay, let's see. Spirit Wolves cast Twister, Dire Wolves cast Firestorm, Bear cast Shockwave. Finally got your lore on rabies. Oh, sweet. Now here's another kind of an odd question. Well, there's our off-brand mosaic, but kind of an odd one, but do they get synergies from the spells? Like, can I juice up my Twister Wolves to have super twisters? Like, Wind Druid with Spirit Wolves. +4 per skill and wind spells. Ooh. So, yes, synergies are there. That's kind of interesting. We might have to try Summoner Druid. Caster Summoner instead of melee. I was saying I was going to just do rabies. Because you were mentioning rabies and just do that whenever I do the Druid, but Summoner sounds intriguing. +5% for wind and +3% for fire. Okay, that's not bad. That's still not bad. Fire is, if you have gear waiting for you, fire is the stronger of the two. If you don't have gear waiting for you, wind is more gear independent. So it tends to be better for that. I complained about pole runes, so now it's giving me fall runes, by the way. And bears get bonuses from shapeshifting. Intriguing. Interesting, yes? I'm really intrigued by this one. We're going to use that on somebody. We're going to end up basically giving someone charm fanaticism one of these days. As far as you understand, still get bonuses from bears, attack ratings from spirit, and health from dire. Okay.
Welcome back.
Found an early frost source shield. Sweet. We are 15 minutes from getting a new terror zone. So I think we resurrect Dingleberry over here.
Hello again, Outlander.
We found some interesting stuff. Where is it? We got, like, you have babies. I'm trying to remember the name of the crushing blow gloves. Got like a low version of that. So Swift Descent, we got Heaven's Lances. %50 mana regen and 10% more cold damage. Yeah, that's definitely Source. I'm trying to think of like any other builds that would use it. Go Arctic Blast just to annoy and do it on Druid. I mean, you could. Could also do Holy Freeze Paladins as well. Let's go to the Dark Woods. It's only going to be terrorized at 80, but... Oh, and am I on Player's 8? I think I'm on Player's 8, yeah. I should be. Is that 3 socket? That is 1 socket. Nope. I heard it. Oh, I. Speak of the devil. Speaking of hearing charms drop, we just got probably, I'm guessing, a center. Because Sunder charms are... Yeah, they're level 75, so we can get it here. Which Sunder is it? Find out in a minute. We already have one Sunder. I want to say it is physical, or was it magic? It was one of those. This one is magic. Which is kind of a hard one to counter. As far as, like, counter the penalty of that is not super easy to get percent. Oh, and we just got the RMA. Okay, sweet. It's not an easy one to get the +% resist on. There's some crafting that can get it, and in the mod there's more things with +% magic resist, but
I am overburdened.
ta-da! No, that's a different RMA. Sweet. It's not even the one we wanted, so that means there's 2 RMAs that are freaking rune words. Not rune words, set items. Good lord. Warcry Windstruck. Increase maximum life and mana. A very, very odd one. Game throwing me some odd shit here.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay, so that goes in, that goes in, that goes in, that goes in, that goes down. In, and these go over here. We're good now. Yeah, Act 1's Terror Zones are not really great, but we can live with it. But yeah, I don't mind. Ooh, that's 3 socket, and it's increased durability. Let's go ahead and terrorize through here. At least it's a little bit more enemy dense, usually. I do find it weird that we've only found orbs of socketing in terror zones. It's probably just random chance, but the fuck? The hell you say? Okay, 74%. That means we go Vite. That is our max level on Tesla, unfortunately. You enjoy a Druid a lot on both builds? Yeah. Druid is just a fun class to play. It's not my favorite, but the fact that it can just be whatever you want it to be and be competent at it, it may not be the best, but it can be competent at it, makes it kind of a nice one to just pick up and recommend to new players. It's like, you want to be a summoner? Druid will do fine. Necromancer's better, but Druid will do fine. Want to be a melee character? Shapeshifter? I mean, yeah, Zealot is probably stronger, but the Fury Druid does just as good. Want to be a caster? Druid's got that on lock as well. Sorceress is going to be stronger, but Druid does it just fine. I keep seeing the L on the runes. I'm like, low? No. Want a low rune. But yeah, after we do this, the underground passage, I'm going to go ahead and dip into hell difficulty. Are we going to do hell on players 8? We can. We could certainly try. To use a general term there, we can certainly try. We can certainly try and fail. I'm going to be making old man noises in just a second as well. I am not sitting in a good position. Jesus. You ever just sit there and feel like an ache creaking in? You ever get that oldness creeping in? Oh. Minecraft noise. Okay. Let's go to hell difficulty. Drop that in there. We don't need that. This can get identified. That can get identified. That goes in.
Good day.
That to there. This to that. Okay, that ring is weird. We keep getting weirder and weirder freaking... Oh, God. Weirder rings. That... What? Not perfect, but what? Okay, that goes away. Yeah, those all get sold, and let's go ahead and stack up our rooms, and then it's off to hell difficulty. So Lum is... Hey, we finally got one. Soul and Shale. Really, I'm surprised we didn't find a corrupted orb and all that. And we need gem. Egg, which is you. And yes, we're coming over here for a reason. Gamble time! What do we want to gamble on? Probably... If we're going to be doing Druid soon, we could do Druid Pelts. But I think what we actually want to be gambling on are Paladin Shields. None of those are really great. 2 Paladin skills and 9 all resist is not actually that bad. Okay, that's all we can gamble for. Use up some of the gold that we have. Because we are actually full gold on our shared stashes. Because this mod just throws gold at you like crazy. On to hell.
Good day.
Good day. Good day to you too. So do we stand a chance in hell on this?
Well,
Our chance to hit's going to be awful. Because we don't have actually good attack rating. We're still on players 8. Okay, here goes. If we get murdered, I blame it on you guys.
I will cleanse fire with this.
We should be okay. Yeah, 59% chance hit. We're great. We're fine. Actually, we're doing better than the Necromancer did when he first came to hell. He was also lower level than this. Ow. Definitely taking a lot of damage. Superior Tyrant Club actually could be a decent base. Ouch. It's not. Yeah, we'd want enhanced damage on it to make it actually worth it. Fucking hell. Yep. I need to probably pay attention to that. Okay, yeah, we might have to change over to being a caster, unfortunately. Can't find the Frigid Highlands waypoint? It's hiding from you. It's gonna come get you. Okay, let's go ahead and pull from there.
Good day.
Resurrect Amplisa. Probably equip Amplisa.
I'll put that to good use.
Oh, Frigid. Why did my brain not register that was Frigid Highlands? We're both doing great today, Daladon. There's probably someone screaming at the VOD of this going like, Frigid Highlands is right there. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Body. Bye, you guys. Ouch. Okay, backing off. Yeah, players 8 might be a bit much for us. Ugh. Put it back down to players 1. 2.5 level XP from that. And more of Cathan's set. Sweet. Think I have most of Cathan's now. It's still got a ways to go. I don't think I have the full set, but... I think I have like 3 parts of it. It's not a bad set.
Yes?
You have the ring in the mail? I think I have... I know I have the mail. I'm pretty certain I have the ring. I think I might have the staff. I'd have to go check my mules. I might be thinking of a different set. I know I have full Eisenhearts, oddly enough. Normally it takes me forever to find the shield. Let's try players 1. Obviously, I can just go caster and be perfectly fine. And I have already done a bit with caster Paladin, but I don't really want to. I think doing the melee thing is kind of fun. The Scudum Buttum. Did I upgrade my splash rune up to Greater Might? That reminds me, I should probably see. Where is it? Charms. So we've got Greater Might already. We could probably upgrade it a few more times. Yeah, let's go see on the upgrades on that. Thank you for the heads up on that. I completely forgot. Okay. Oh, you know I need to do it yourself. You're mostly ignorant on how to. The minor one, you're requiring gem bags with a certain number of gems in them. I don't know if it works with more. We're about to find out. Because we currently have Greater Might. We need to upgrade it to Fury, which is a fall rune. A gem bag, 2 magic jewels. Oh no, we need gem bag, 1 magic jewel, and a hell rune. The next one is the fall rune. We'll just go ahead and grab that out anyway. So you... Oh, we need to pull those out first. Okay, so it's hell, that, and that. And then it is 2 of those and the fall rune. Next one is Hull and Eth. I can give you the link to the first ones. Actually, I'll just talk you through the first ones. First one, Lesser Might, is gem bag, just a gem bag with 1 gem in it. Because I had already upgraded mine a little bit with just the ones that are available in-game. These are the ones that are beyond that. Beyond the ones that are listed in-game. It's actually finally working. Sweet. Okay. So those can go back. Empowered Fury... We're upgrading to Devastation now. It's going to be Pull, which we have plenty of. Ethrune, which is there. And 3 magic jewels. Pull rune. Oh. Needs to be the actual rune, Alzorath, not the stackables. Okay, so that's getting there. The next one is Maltal. We're not going to be able to do the ultimate one, which is Destruction. But we are going to be able to do Furious Devastation, which is Mal, Tal, Gem Bag, and 4 jewels. You sit down there for now. Yeah, that's the best we're going to be able to get it right now. You need one of the grabbers. Yeah, they should be relatively cheap. You don't need to be pulling the gems out, though. You just throw the gem bag in for these. But yeah, to get the gems out of the bag, you use the grabbers. If you don't have to use them for this recipe, though. It just pulls a certain number of gems out of it. Yep, even if it has 18 in them. That's what we were just doing here. It drops it by the amount that it wants. Which I like. Because we had 40 something before this. Now it's down to 31. We went through a lot of gems for it. I mean, a lot of jewels for it, though. But yeah, the next one requires an Om rune, which I don't have. Oh, wait, yeah, I do. I do have an Om rune. Omral. Is it worth using up my 1 Om rune? No. No, it is not. Because that is going to be 85,520. No, it's not worth it. Yeah, first rank is 1. Second one is a Neph rune with it. And the gem bag. I think these are actually... I could have sworn it was listed in here. And then next one is Soul Rune and a gem bag. I'm gonna just try and make a little progress on here because I have a feeling hell is gonna murder me while I'm melee. Part of me wishes the radius would increase with level as well, but I don't know if that'd be easy to do or not. Third one is Hell Rune, Gem Bag, and a Magic Jewel. Yeah, these guys are still just murking me like crazy. You don't have the Hell Rune yet? Oh, no! It'll start dropping in Nightmare like crazy. But going to 65 is a lot better? Yeah. Eventually, I'll probably just have one of each level. But admittedly, the higher level ones are really, like, expensive. Even with the increased rune drops. But it is meant to eat the runes, so... Can't blame it that much. So let us get to the waypoint, and then I'll go down there and get my skill point. I don't think we're going to beat... We definitely could beat Act 1 today. I don't think we're going to, though. I think I'll probably need to switch over to just being a normal zealot. Which is unfortunate, but at the same time, our attack rating just isn't enough with the Holy Shock anymore. And I don't really feel like investing the crazy amount I'd need to index to get a reasonable attack rating at this point.
There's a good day.
Of course, I could always just go magic, yeah. Don't want to. Can't make me. You're not my real dad. Ooh. Could do potions. I think I might go get some, like, clothes dyes. Tired of being green. It ain't easy being green. I keep thinking I don't have boots on when I open that menu. These are all relatively cheap. As I say, as I run out of money. That is very strangely aligned. Let's go with... Quarter mil should be more than enough.
Hello.
There we go. Now we can be the Dark Paladin. There we go. Why not? I could always just turn myself like obscenely pink or something like that. Really mess with people. But we'll go emo for the day. Emo for the day. Can you rabies doors? I believe so. I think become poison immune at some point though. You're licking the door handles. Does your door catch rabies? I mean, depends on how sentient the door is as well.
Hide.
Licking door handles. I mean, fun little tidbit. You work retail long enough, you will see people do strange things. Licking door handles is not the strangest thing. I hate that I have to say that. Working in government is the same, yeah. Any, like, thing that deals with the public. You'll be left wondering, like, how did you end up this way? I don't know if it's as prevalent in other countries, but in the US, it's like, you are left just flabbergasted by people. I can understand, like, desperation for some things, but other things, no. When there's literally a bathroom available just, like, 10 feet away, why did you take a piss in the actual pots? As in cooking pots, not... Your minister came to give a speech, someone pulled the fire alarm twice on him. That's not that bad. I mean, I don't condone it, but that is definitely, like, a hazard at least. There's one, it's Steve Hofstetter, where he's talking about how he bought this venue to do comedy in, like, host other comedians and stuff like that. He owns the venue. Someone tried to get him fired from the venue that he owns, or get them not to show his show there. People shitting in the bins for the waste towels. Yeah, I can see that. There's also a bit of here people, oh god, what the hell is that wave of just death coming for me? But yeah, here there's like here we flush toilet paper and stuff like that, and I know that in some cultures they don't. So whenever I find stuff like, oh, there's shitty toilet paper in a trash bin, that doesn't bother me as much as it used to, but we have had people shit in sinks, shit in the waste bins. They've also crapped in actual cooking pots. We've found crap dribbled on the floor in a path for like easily 40, 50 feet. Just a line. First 2 weeks working in retail way back when, I had clocked out and was walking by and there was literally a turd in the middle of an aisle. It's like, what? How? Why? Half of my retail stories are poop stories, by the way. So just as a heads up, if I ever go down the retail route of telling stories, that's half of them. Bodily fluids. The towel bins for washing it. Oh. They could have at least put it in the sink. That way we can wash it down. Can you imagine, like, walking in on somebody doing that, though? Like, mid-act. I think that would probably be more shocking than even just finding it. The retail ones mostly relate to the sex shop upstairs not removing the alarms on their products, people stealing them, then coming down to us and setting them off. Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you to turn in the dildo. Unless you can show me a receipt. Sorry. Sir, is that a dildo in your pocket, or are you just happy to be frisked? I'll stop on that one. It's like, I can think of worse jokes, but I probably shouldn't. Oh, we just got 2 set items. Sweet. Almost died there. It was bright pink, the size of my lower arm, and double-ended. Both you and the manager were trying to make the correct face. There is no correct face for that. It's just like, Sir. Ma'am. Listen here, ma'am. May I please have your receipt? Trying to think some other... I think the closest one I have to that is having to be, like... I didn't witness the event that caused this. I was merely the witness in the meeting. But someone getting terminated for using a... Trying to think of a family-friendly ways to phrase this, and I can't come up with one. A sexual aid in the bathrooms, an employee doing it. They had stolen it and were using it in there. And they got terminated for it. But I have to specify, I did not witness them doing it. I merely was the person who had to witness them getting fired for it. Breath of Fire. I mean, that's actually not bad. The enemy fire resist is nice. That is plus 40 to Inferno.
I can't use this yet.
That is a meme weapon. Unfortunately, Ryu uses a sword, so can't go full meme on it. It's just... It was a male device, not a female device. But even still didn't want to. Apparently they used it and just left it on the toilet paper dispenser. But they traced them back to when they nabbed it off the shelf. By following, like, the security cameras. There was no one else who had gone in there recently that had... Yeah. Been in that section. This one is non-sexual, at least. Another one that was really weird to deal with was a coworker passing out in the bathroom because they were huffing compressed air. And I'm not under NDA for these, so I don't have to worry about it. Okay, quest log. That one is done. Why am I going in the crypt? Because I can. These are 83 and 84 areas in vanilla, so they're probably decently high level here. I should go to a caster build, by the way, technically, just to make this easier and quicker. We only did spend a little bit of time as a caster. I might. We'll see if next session if I decide to or not. Bolt the Holies. What level were those items, by the way? 99. All the enemies are level 99. Great. Actually, the items dropping are level 9. The enemies might actually be higher. Corona. 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 Do we take the legendary mallet? Maybe. Can upgrade it to rare and turn it into a set or a unique item. And actually have a decent weapon. Crafting is a thing. Wouldn't mind a magic phase blade or a rare phase blade. We have the dimensional blade. We could upgrade that to a phase blade and then turn it into something else. That might actually be a plan. Hope we end up getting like lightsaber or something. Not that we particularly need it. We want a grief is what we need if we're going to stick with melee. The only reason this sword is actually doing as good as it is because ignore target defense. So we actually have a better chance to hit them than that says, just because of that. But still, our attack rating is so low that even with their defense being set at 0, we're still going to struggle a little bit. Okay, I will check this way. I don't think this is going to be Waypoint, but Waypoint is the top priority. It could be. I thought that was going to be one of the dead-end nooks, which can spawn in frickin' Stony Field. You can end up with like a dead-end nook over here, and it's just like a reverse C. Map gen is fun. Yeah, I think by the time we get to Act 2 or 3, we're gonna basically be forced to swap. Hey, Mercenary, can you just stop hanging out next to him? Thank you. Blade Shank the Hunter. This is gonna hurt when he explodes. Yeah, did you see how much our freaking minion lost? Crushing Blow, 78 life, physical damage reduction. Hammerhead's resistant, Mako's quickness, feeding frenzy, Great White Terror. I'm willing to bet that is shark skin everything. Shark skin armor, shark skin boots, shark skin belt, shark skin gloves. I'm willing to bet that that's what that is. Which is hilarious to me, but terror of the deep. Honestly, that is not a bad set of boots. We do lose some of our resists for it, but I'll try it out for a little bit. Gives it a little bit more physical damage. What is our rushing blow rate? Oh, 1 in 4 swings. That's fine. Sorry, having to adjust my ear. There's our waypoint. But yeah, I'm going to try and see how far we can get. I might swap over to Fanatic, though. Because I think I'm going to have to. It's going to be a massive drop in our damage pool. But I think it's going to be kind of necessary. Here, let's actually go try that. Why not? Also means we probably want to swap masks with our mercenary. Low. And actually, that gives us resist. That's fine.
I'll put that to good use.
But she's just chilling on that for now.
Good day. Greetings.
You have clear. I cannot.
Do we use just Akara's reset? No, we're not gonna. We save those in case the mod changes things. Up to 60 there, just in case we want to swap into some other things. We get this up until we can use the sword. Then we get our skills. Okay, offensive auras. Fanaticism. Combat skills. Zeal, we definitely need the shield. And I think we dump into sacrifice for the rest of them, unfortunately. Because there isn't a synergy for this. Okay. And F1, F2. What does our damage look like? Absolute buttocks. That's what our damage looks like. But we have life and mana leech. We have crushing blow. We're not exactly bad off. Yes, there. We don't have a cane to identify stuff for us yet. Breath of Fire is another series that I do have on the short list, by the way. For those of you that saw that on there and were wondering why I was referencing it, yes, Breath of Fire is a game that is definitely on the good end of things. Although I have to say, probably out of them, Breath of Fire 2 is the one that I have most of the fond memories of, so I'll probably cover that one first. You go there, you get identified, you are garbage jewel, so you get added to the garbage pile. Sorry. Okay, Arathas go there. Then we just condense those. Well, I think we'll try to rescue Kane today. That's going to be like our ultimate goal. I don't think we're going to get to Endariel. Resist or butt. It's fine. Yeah, we just need to make our way to Darkwoods. Finding the stones is not hard. I don't have to worry about that. And yes, between freaking static field and crushing blow, we will decimate most things. Because we're taking, just basically chopping off percents for the first little bit. I need to be slightly cautious about elemental damage because we are not particularly resistant to that right now. Yeah, just coming over here looking for the road. And in we go. And I do need to get the Dark Woods waypoint as well. I do miss my extra elemental damage. I don't miss missing every second, though. That basically tripled our attack rating. Let's see. Yeah, this seems like it's gonna be the right path. Because we're not seeing reds. It could also just be the path to the down. Something good dropped up there. We'll check it in a minute. Umru, yes. Thank you, game. Actually, do appreciate that. I'm glad it actually does the, like, holy aura thing whenever those do drop, though. Because there are quite a few that I probably would have missed if not for it. Okay, so this is not the right path, but I'm going to take this out so he stops resurrecting those dinguses. I do wonder if we leech from the ones in the splash zone as well. That would be kind of an interesting thing to dig in mechanically. It would be kind of hard to test. This is single player only, and we can't really like force enemies into a specific pattern. I mean, we could, but it would be more work than it's worth. Okay, I think, yeah, we're still going the right way. Left is wrong, right is correct. Mainly because you don't go into the red zones unless you are just trying to kill off something that's kind of in the way. Still getting good XP, though, surprisingly. Right, because things here are ungodly levels above us. See, no, they're not. These are 82. They're actually below us in level. Oh, no. We can see their levels on the items they're dropping, if you're wondering how I know. See, right there, 82. So the unique packs are going to be 85, I think. If I remember the values. I actually don't remember them for sure. Remembering how many levels things go up whenever they're uniques and stuff is not something that I frequently have to do. I mean, it's handy to know, especially whenever you're trying to do kind of weird stuff like getting a spirit by Act 2 normal. But it's not really that useful for late game stuff. And here's another damage boost. Let's see how much that actually boosts it. Oh, an extra 20 damage. Sweet. There you are. Got him. Most annoying enemy down. Now all I have to do is worry about them actually being shits. Because there is a unique over here somewhere that has blessed aim. I think it's you. Are you immune? Are you really immune to physical? You think it matters to me? I should have a lot of elemental damage on me because we were going way into the elemental space. So we're kind of geared for that. Okay. First things first, waypoint. Then we find the tree, if possible. Tree is actually always possible to find. It's the waypoint that I usually have trouble with. I'm just putting it out in there in the universe saying, let me find the waypoint first. And it appears that's kind of an interesting thing I just noticed. I need to test it to be sure I saw what I was seeing. But it seems like they do actually cast at a point and have the same kind of rules as Teeth and other spells like that, where the further out you cast, the further out you cast, the more focus it is. If you fire up close, it spreads. Let's go find out. Gonna have to find another one of them and get them to fire at me far away and then get them to fire at me up close. So I think that's going to involve finding another camp. I don't think that it spawns the shamans in this area up unless they're in a camp. Well, there's the tree. Gonna hurt. Yep, it definitely did. Almost lost my mercenary there.
This tree bristles
God, I
with
am
magic.
chilled.
Thank you.
Yeah, she doesn't have a lot of leech, so I'm going to have to give her my potions. Thankfully, we do, so unless they're physical immunes or certain types of undead, we don't have to worry about anything. Well, there's the portal. We don't want a portal shrine, though. We want the waypoint, because we're going to need to come back here next session as well. Because we're getting Kane this time for sure. And yes, we will actually see shamans later that I can test it on. I will just probably forget by then. So maybe next stream, if I have forgotten, you guys can remind me. Let's go ahead and switch back to that so I can see what the hell's going on. I keep forgetting to switch back to the thing where I can see YouTube chat. I'm sorry. Shark skin gloves. Martial arts. Mana. Not bad. She's translated that, and let's go get ourselves a cane fable. And yes, I make that joke way too often. And yes, I do go through a lot of runes, and this is going to be no exception. Strength, life, good resists. At least at our level. Replenish life jewel, that is a junk jewel. I'm going to do an experiment, and people are probably going to make fun of me for it. Nope, it doesn't keep them ethereal. That's at least good. That is a set item I needed still. Let's see. I'm going to try something else as well. Because we have one orb of conversion. Go in here to cube recipes. Eat. So it needs... Those are crafted. It requires Mephisto's Animus, Bale's Calamity, and Diablo's Ire. That's going to be stuff that we can get from, I'm wagering, Pandemonium. God damn it. That's the set items. There is the armor rare. There is the weapon rare. Okay. So it is Fall Rune, Rune, and a Sapphire. Which I believe we can do. And I need to pluck out a sapphire. This can just go in here. Should I make this? Probably not. This is not going to add enough value to be worth it, but I want to try it. Also, I should probably check if there's a set of this that I'd rather have. Set. Fades. There are actually 2 set phase blades. A 6-socket one with a ton of enhanced damage, and a one with a bunch of damage to demons and stuff with dual leech. High Lord's Valiance and the Darkest Weakness. I have a gut feeling that we're going to get Kai Lords if I do this. But I think that's more interesting than uniques. See if they added any new ones. Good point. Phase. No, they didn't add any new unique ones. You basically have Lightsaber or Alzorath, which neither of which is going to really do much for us. So I think we do set with this, and then we legendary mallet up to a rare. 3 sockets plus 2 paladin levels. Ooh. Shield, I'm taking it. That actually would be very, very handy. Okay, so we have Fall Rune, Rune, that. To make it a phase blade. And then we do this to make one of the set ones. Is it going to be the one we want? Actually is the one I wanted. Sweet. We've got Soul Reaver. Ah, lovely. That's got to be better than what we have. Although this does have really good mods on it. We don't have a way to get ignore target's defense, I don't think. Because I think that is a... I think ITD. Let me see if there's a good upgrade recipe first before we go looking for a specific rune for it. Weapons. Oh, there isn't one. Okay. But yeah, ignore target defense is going to be a fairly high rune, if I remember correctly. And it's one we don't use very often for that. Yeah, it's going to be a Jha. The reason we don't use that one very often for that is because ignore target defense doesn't work against act bosses. And minus % enemy resist only works to a certain amount. But I'll think about what to do with that. We're going to keep using Crescent Moon for now. The other thing that I wanted to roll was roll that into a unique. Unless... Slightly tempted. Although we might get one that we don't necessarily want from this. And it's Zakarum Shield, not Heraldic. Heraldic is normal, Gilded is exceptional. So we want a Gilded rare? Could upgrade it to it. And yes, the recipes for upgrading items is different. Armor rare exceptional, I think is the one for shields. Would be Ralthal Amethyst. Do we want this or do we want a Herald of Zakarum? It's kind of a tough pick. I think we'll stick with this for a while because we've invested in it. It's fine. Although it doesn't really do anything for us now. Now that I think about it. Yeah, it gives us boosted elemental damage. We don't do elemental damage anymore.
Yes.
I'm just all over the place with what I'm doing on these. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. That needs to be in there. Okay, and that's only up to 20. Max that out. Get this up. Max that for attack rating. We'll get this up to 300 seconds. We don't need it on exceptionally long. There we go. We have a little bit more physical damage. I'll consider doing that to unique later. Yeah, this is just going to work a lot better for us. Especially since it has Crushing Blow on it and we're going physical now. There we go. And I think we're squared away. There are other things I can mess around with in here, but I think we're sticking with that for now. I really am considering doing some stuff with this. I'm just not sure what I want to do yet. Could go increase attack speed stuff on it. When we have the enhanced damage jewels as well, mana per kill, and we still have abilities we can stack onto it. So we may not be able to get the ignore target defense, but we should be able to do some decent stuff with it. First, look at... It's not a huge damage difference yet. But it's definitely an option we can mess around with. We could even go looking for the full set. Yeah, that's another option. Yeah, Crescent Moon in vanilla can actually beat Hell difficulty. The question is, can it beat it in this mod where Hell difficulty is made... We actually put up a town portal there? I think we did. But yeah, Hell difficulty has been made significantly more difficult. Without adding a bunch of immunities. They're just stronger and more durable. I'm going to take those, put them on the list of things we might upgrade to uniques. Do I read the Cairn Stones? It's not a fun combo one. So, what should I have for lunch today, you guys? What should I have for lunch? What foods should I shove into my godforsaken face?
Help! Second K. Leave quickly.
I will take your recommendations seriously. Oh yeah, these guys are Oh, you know, they're shooting that. Okay, so I probably should have actually used that to test it. There's one in the northwest that I can test it on. You made nachos with chicken? Chicken nachos are pretty good. Used to be there. I mean, I think they're still around here. There's a place called Fuzzy's that used to have like really, really good chicken nachos. They use queso blanco on it. I forget what white cheese it actually was. They just called it queso blanco. It was a slightly spiced white cheese that was really, really good on it. Chicken, diced jalapenos, all kinds of stuff on it. They've kind of gone downhill, so it's not good anymore, but that just made me reminded me of it and made me kind of crave it a little bit. Okay, let's get these guys back. Thankfully, I don't think the shaman aggroed on me, which means we actually get to test this. Thought I got you guys far enough away, but I didn't. Come on. All the way down here. They'll probably resurrect this one as well. What? I will shatter their corpses. Trying to test something here. Okay, so that's fairly close together. Oh, it does actually have that mechanic on it. Neat. Is that useful to know? No, I just was curious. Get back to the camp. Yeah, and if they're not aggroed, they won't actually do the revives. I'm not getting my hopes up, people. I am not getting my hopes up. Repeat, not getting hopes up. I do kind of hope it's something good, though. I would settle for a freaking Ravenfrost at this point.
As a token, greetings.
So what do we think it is? That's actually a halfway decent wand. Except for that plus cold skill damage. That's absolutely useless to a Necro. Anyone want to take bets on what unique ring just dropped? As I organize my inventory a little bit. That is a good way to kind of round out the day, though. Get ourselves another unique drop. Should I just leave it till next time? Should I just show it to you guys and not look myself? Fuck. I kind of figured.
Good day.
Oh, Lord. How's the ring you gave me? Actually kind of crap.
Hello.
It's got faster cast. It's not the worst ring ever. It's got faster cast. It's got plus mana. You can amplify those. It can turn out pretty good. Other mods on it, I would have rather had more resists on it. That's the only reason it's kind of crap for me. We have better options. But we have 2 Seraphim rings right now. Oh, yeah, I forgot to swap in... Didn't we have, like, a dual leech ring? Yeah, I could have sworn we did. It was, one of the set items. I think we might have tossed it onto mules. We have another option right there. But I don't mind the enhanced weapon damage on that. It's not bad, but we have better kind of situations, yeah. We've got McDonald's at home, damn it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. We've been going for about 4 hours. I'm gonna raid you guys out to. You know what? Since he said he was doing today, let's raid you on DF. He's doing Serious Sam. And it's a channel intended for mature audiences. Like I'm actually mature. Nope. See you guys next time. Stay safe. And I will see you guys tomorrow for some Divinity, I believe.